Hey, real quick, if you like this video, please leave a like. It helps the algorithm and helps me, okay? Okay. So that said, let's get into it. Okay, YouTube, so this is 10 things I wish I had known before being self-employed. Now, I have been in self-employed before and off and on. Sometimes you can't always stay self-employed as much as you like to. That's number one. Sad fact is, I got put, food on the table and money in my billfold, and that's stuff you got to look into. So, when you're going to choose to be self-employed, it's always best if you choose something that you can do in your spare time, while you're working a part-time job when you're starting out. That's very important. It's very important. Okay. Number two, kind of ties to number one. There's no paycheck. You ain't getting a paycheck if you're self-employed or you're starting your own company. You're not. You're not off the bat, not right away. For the first year or so, don't expect to be making, making it rain, like on Wolf of Wall Street or anything, or it's not going to happen. That first year is going to be maybe first 5 years. I don't know what your business is. It's going to be very, very difficult. You're not going to be able to take any money out. As much as you would want to take home a pay and say, I'm self-employed, I'm making a lot of money, you're not going to be able to right now. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. You got a lot of learning to do, and you're going to make mistakes along the way, and your paycheck is going to come from a part-time job or, side gigs. That's where your money's going to come from. Well, if you're doing side gigs like Grubhub and stuff, you're technically a 1099 independent rep, but you're not self-employed. You're a 1099. Number three, in fact, that's a good way to lead to number three. Number three, there's a difference between self-employed and being your own boss. That's self-employed being your own boss, and being a 1099. A 1099 is an independent representative, meaning you are representing the company, but that's as far as it. You don't own the company or that. It's all you're the face of the company. You're a ambassador for the brand. You're not getting paid. You're going out and you're working for another company as a rep and earning a commission. It's actually a good way to get kind of in the habit of being self-reliant and self-employed, holding yourself accountable. I always like 1099 jobs, but sometimes they're not always, the most economically feasible. Okay, back to number three. 1099, you're going to be a commission only guy. You're going to be working for a commission, which is nothing wrong with it. I actually encourage it. If you're looking to see if being self-employed is for you, go find a 1099 job. DoorDash, Grubhub, Amazon Flex, stuff like that. You can go do on your part time. Do part time. I actually do Instacart right there. It's 1099 self rep, decent amount. Anyways, if you don't want to go in 1099 right away, and you just want to go straight into self-employed, starting your own website, your own e-commerce store, whatever have you, be a a trader, whatever, that's fine. But you're going to need something to put money in the pocket. So that's number four. Have a backup plan to put money in your bank account. That I can't stress this enough. There are going to be times where for that first year or two, you're going to I really wish I had a paycheck. Yeah, because, well, you don't, because you gave all that up. You just can't right away. It's not doable. So, number five, as a self-employed, the buck stops with you. If you don't incorporate your company, your business, and someone sues you, Guess who's on the hook for that settlement if the settlement's found against you, boo boo? Remember, I call boo boos idiots and people who are not that smart about things and bosses. You know what a boss is? The guy that's got his shit together, that's running. He's like the boss. He's the guy you go to. He's the guy you answer to. The boss is the guy you answer to. So you don't. So you know who's going to be on the hook, boo boo. Yeah, looking at you right there, boo boo, through the screen. But if you're a boss and you incorporate your business, lawyers handle it. Which ironically, I can recommend a decent here soon. I will be able to recommend a decent service. Um, I'll go further into that later in another video. But so number 5, yeah, well, number 5. So that was number 5. Here's number 6, folks. Do you pay taxes annually, semi-annually, quarterly? What? Well, if you're self-employed, you gotta pay them quarterly. It's not annually; you pay them quarterly. Taxes. There are 2 things for certain in this life at minimum: death and taxes. Yep, death and taxes, right there. You're gonna die someday. So unfortunate, it's sad, but you also gotta pay your taxes. You don't pay your taxes, guess what, boo boo? You win in the boo boo awards. You getting into my boo boo of the year awards. I'm gonna start doing those every year. I knew one guy who bragged about he don't pay taxes because his income isn't considered regular income. I.e., he doesn't get it every week. But here's the thing, and by the way, hi, are you enjoying the video? Great. Real quick, I am not an attorney. My advice should not be considered legal advice. You should always consult an attorney for any legal advice in your respective state, municipality, county, area, whatever have you. The advice this is more me elaborating on common sense, but this is not legal advice. Please do not consider this legal advice. I am not a licensed attorney. You should always consult an attorney for any legal advice. I cannot stress that enough. Now back to the video. Okay? I am not a tax accountant. I am not a tax accountant. That said, anytime you make any income, even if it's me selling this pen on eBay for $1, I got to declare that dollar to the IRS. There's a funny clip from Batman the Animated Series about Joker referencing the IRS, and I'm just going to go in and put that in right now. So, as you can see, the Joker is not crazy enough to take on the IRS. Why should you? You're not going to win. No, I knew one guy who actually did win, but he's the one guy, he's a legend, and it's actually recanted on Reddit, his story is, which I'm not going to go into that, but don't do it. Don't. Just pay your taxes, okay? Be a boss and pay your taxes. You pay your taxes, you're a legitimate businessman. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on, I got some acting chops. I got to advertise them out there. By the way, Hollywood. Right here. Charismatic. Good voices. Weird haircut. Anyways, um, so that was number 8. Yeah, that was, wait, we're just number 8, I think. Yeah. Anyways, so those previous items I wish I knew. Now let's talk about the benefits because I do want to throw in some benefits because some of the at your company, you own the company, you're self-employed, and you're incorporated, meaning you own the company, you're a company owner, a business owner, someone like that, you can say, get out the door. We don't want you here. Leave. Oh, and here's that was number 10. So, but here's a bonus tip. Someone comes into your store and you actually have a brick and mortar store and they refuse to follow any guidelines. Get out. Pull the Shirley Schmidt if you want. If you ever seen that episode of Boston Legal where she's got her feet up in the air, and I can't do it here because my desk would fall apart. Just like that. Get turn around, go around. Yes, perfect. You get to do all that, and you get to say when your company does start turning a profit, and you can actually take days off. That's another benefit. I said this is going to be 10 things. It's easily turned into 20 though. But yeah, as soon as your company starts to turn a profit and you've got employees that you've hired on that trust you and you can trust them to run it and not burn it down, like, the kid, when you tell parents tell us kids, don't burn the house down, don't throw a wild party. That's what you can do when you say, all right, I'm going to the Bahamas for a week. Hopefully things reopen up fully. I would like that. But you can say, hey, I'm going to go to the woods for a week. Oh, that sounds so fun. I'm going to go to the woods for a week. Don't burn the store down. Don't throw a wild party. Don't give away the company. Don't do this. Don't do that. You can give them say guidelines like a parent and tell them to follow it or they're fired. Unlike a parent, you can actually tell them, unlike being your parent, unlike parents, your boss, you can tell them, hey, get out. You're fired. You don't work here anymore because you didn't follow the guidelines. And that's going to be an unfortunate side, but it's going to have to happen. It's part of business. So, really hope you enjoyed the video. I really had fun breaking these down. Next video, I'm going to be breaking down 10 things I wish I knew about before going to work for a temp service. Leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.